Have you decided what you need my help with?
Aye. At least, I think so.
What's that stuff that you keep drinking?
Oh, just something. For courage. Better tell me, do you know the saying, the ends justify the means?
I've heard it.
I've always hated it. But lately, I've been wishing it were true, and that God would be gracious to me.
That sounds like you need a priest, not me.
What I really need is paints. I'm running out.
Well, then pray to the Lord and he might grant you some grace. Which colour are you missing? Yellow?
It's not that simple. I want to try something out. You know, pigments are often mixed with egg yolk. It makes the paint more durable and resistant to mold. And I want to use an egg that probably no one has tried before. And before you ask, just about everything from the bird kingdom has already been tried. I've fallen out of trees chasing that idea.
That would explain a lot.
I know exactly what I need. But I can't do it all alone. Painting isn't just about colors and forms. Mostly, it's about bringing light out of darkness. In short, I want a basilisk egg.
A basilisk egg? That's nonsense, isn't it?
It doesn't have to be. Think of it as us being pioneers.
And is it really necessary to pioneer a thing like that?
Don't worry. We won't let the creature hatch. Aren't you at least curious about what could happen? Nobody's ever tried something like this before.
Yeah, I can imagine why. Why should I be the one to look for the egg?
You know how it goes when I set off somewhere? I'd end up stuck in a swamp with a broken leg. Besides, the countryside is crawling with bandits these days.
And you're not just saying that to shift God's wrath onto me, are you?
You can't fool God's wrath by making someone else your errand boy. And human wrath? You'll handle that better than I would.
First you nearly get eaten by wolves. Now you're dabbling in black magic. What's wrong with living an ordinary life?
I don't know anything like that, and I don't want to, thank you very much. Art is always wrought from suffering.
Trying to talk you out of this is probably a waste of time, isn't it?
I see you've got me all figured out.
Figured out, maybe. But I'm none the wiser for it. Look, don't take it the wrong way. I'd help you if I could. But I reckon the last basilisk around here died ages ago. I've certainly never seen one at any merchant stall.
Well, that's because basilisks don't lay eggs. They hatch from eggs laid by a black cockerel and brooded by a toad.
Where can I get a cockerel egg, of all things? And how do I even tell it apart from a hen's egg?
It's easier than you think. People at the castle talk about all sorts of interesting things. They say a rather unusual black cockerel runs around the yard of some Slavic in Samin. I'd start by asking him.
Who, the cockerel?
Very droll.
Can you tell me where to find a toad?
They live in wetlands and by stagnant water, and they croak quite loudly. It sounds something like this. Apparently there are lots of them near the ponds around Zhelyov.
All right, I'll find a place where the toads are croaking. But what then? How do I make them sit on the egg?
You don't. You just place it in their nest and wait to see if one sits on it.
I could be waiting until doomsday.
Oh, don't exaggerate. Leave it there for a day and a night, and I bet it'll turn into a basilisk egg.
And how do you tell that? By the colour? Or the smell, maybe?
Well, who knows? Try it and see for yourself.
So let's sum it up. I find a cockerel egg, leave it in the toad nest for a day and a night, and then bring it back to you.
Exactly. Best of luck, my friend. Not now, Henry. I need to think. We'll talk at the time.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel?
At the mill?
Yeah, the place by the Zherovka Street.
What's that?
Can you share with a fellow who can't afford a beer? People who like to have a laugh should stick together.
I'm not giving you a thing. If you want a drink, pay for it yourself.
All right, all right. So here I am, parched again.
We'll have him! I'll sort you out nicely. You want to try me?
Go!
Whoa!
Sure. I told you, and you dobbed me in.
Are you crazy? Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'd blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be
I
sure
apologize.
nobody finds out. You never know.
Good evening. What do you need?
I heard you've got a rather unusual cockerel. Pitch black.
And what's so unusual about that? A black cockerel isn't anything out of the ordinary.
True. But I've also heard your cockerel lays eggs.
Oh? Where'd you hear such nonsense?
Ah, you know how it is. Rumours spread and everyone twists and embellishes them. I'm just curious if there's any truth to it.
Someone must have been pulling your leg. I don't have any cockerel like that.
Don't worry. I'm not a bailiff or an inquisitor. I'm a student from the University of Prague.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, then?
I don't mean you any trouble. I just want to have a good look at the cockerel. I've seen a boar give birth to piglets and a bull that gave milk. People always talked about blessings or even miracles. Wouldn't it be a shame to keep something like that from the world?
All right, I'll tell you, but I'd really appreciate it if you didn't spread it around too much. I did have a black cockerel. A young one, since my Boniface died recently. But that black one was so small and stunted, just peculiar. So, I decided to put it down and took it to the woods. A runt like that wasn't even fit for soup.
And did you keep any of its eggs?
No, I took them away along with the carcass. Who knows? There might have been something devilish about them.
Did the black cockerel really lay eggs?
Oh, aye. One evening, it started drooping its head in a strange way, and I was worried it was going to die. Then the next morning, I go to the coop, and the little devil is alive and well, sitting on eggs. And the next day, it's at it again. Either it was stealing them from the hens, or it was laying them itself.
Where exactly did you take the cockerel?
Just over there, to the edge of the woods, there's a little dung heap. You might still find it there.
All right. I'll go and have a look.
Good dog, Mutt. Show me.
Quick! Ah, the toads are croaking here. There's a nest, and I've got the egg from the black cockerel too. So let's do this. All right. Now it's just a matter of waiting a day for the toads to brood it. But I'd better leave so I don't disturb them while they're ill. Bloody hell.
My humble respects.
Pour me one.
Good doggy. Good boy.
God be with you.
Well, good day.
Oh, you pooch.
Why the hell does this poor beer on the table?
Are you going to do...
Coming right up.
Good boy.
Well, I'll be damned. It completely changed colour. Or maybe it just got mouldy. Well, Wojtek can decide that for himself.
No, you don't. Show what you're made.
Fuck! I'll never leave the house again. You'll see. Thank you very much.
Nah, don't mention it. I'm just glad you're all right.
All thanks to you. Here, take this. A keepsake. And thank you again. I've been attacked! Help!
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Well, that's not bad at all.
Good morning to you, Henry.
And a good morning to you too.
Next time it'll be...
I've got the basilisk egg, laid by a black cockerel, brooded by a toad. Just for you.
Really? Surely you... Quickly, give it here.
Oh, sure. No need to thank me.
Sorry, of course. I'm grateful, and I will reward you. The basilisk won't hatch from the egg, but it would look great on a shield. I could paint it for you, as a keepsake. I don't have any coin right now, but you know what? Take this ring of mine. If you don't like it, you can at least sell it for a few groschen.
Thanks. Glad I could help. So, what now? Are you going to crack the egg already?
As soon as I've prepared everything I need. But I'd like some peace and privacy for it, if you don't mind.
Seriously? I just want to watch.
No, you distract me. Understand that I have to handle something this rare with extreme care.
Fine. Sorry. I reckon I'll leave then.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that. I just need peace. My head's a bit of a mess right now.
What are you hoping to achieve with this basilisk paint? What makes it so special? A basilisk can kill with a glance, right? At least that's what they say.
It depends. Some people claim it's the basilisk's breath that's deadly. Unfortunately, there's precious little real evidence.
And is it smart to mix something like that into paint? What if you poison yourself?
I appreciate your concern, but you don't need to worry. The paint has several ingredients, and the yolk is just one of them. Even if it's poisonous, I'll manage somehow. To be honest, I don't expect the paint I mix to be miraculous. What matters more is the quality of the pigments and the correct proportions.
Then why did I go to so much trouble?
It's all about the story. When I tell people how difficult it was to acquire the paint, they'll happily pay me to decorate their hall with something so miraculous.
Or they'll have you whipped for making it all up.
That could happen too. That's why you've got to be careful about what you reveal. And more importantly, to whom.
What's making such a mess in your head?
It's hard to explain, sorry. But sometimes I almost wish my cursed skull were as empty as that painted one on the shelf.
So what are you going to do, once you've made the basilisk paint?
I'd like to leave here soon for another job, but I still have something very important to finish.
And what exactly do you need to finish?
I need to meet with someone. But right now, I need to mix this basilisk paint. So if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a while. Come back tomorrow. By this time, I should have everything done. Stop by later. I can't right now. Henry! I'm glad you turned up. I could use some advice. What do you think of this sword? I paid Osina my last few groschen for it, and even had to paint a lewd picture above his bed. But I feel like he cheated me.
Well, honestly, I can't tell much at a glance. But why do you even need a sword? Are your customers refusing to pay?
No. I'm preparing for my final unfinished work here in the Trotsky region. A duel to the death.
You never give a thought to drinking wenches or whether you need new booze, do you? But now you've truly lost your mind.
On the contrary, I finally see everything clearly. I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago.
Well, that's just great. Who are you planning to fight?
His name is Burkhard, a thief, a bandit, and above all, a murderer. There's been a bounty on his head for quite some time.
And you've suddenly decided to become a protector of the region?
It's not the region I want to protect. It's my own sanity.
Well, it's a little late for that.
Very funny. I feel like someone keeps whispering in my ear, Burkhard must die. He must die. Over and over again. I can't even work anymore.
Why's that?
It's because I know Burkhard. He's the old acquaintance I need to meet.
What kind of man is this Burkhard, anyway?
A vile one, if you can call him a man at all. He's known for beating his victims to death with a helmet, just for pleasure. He even has a special notch on it, just for that purpose.
Well, if you've known this man for so long, why are you only deciding to get rid of him now?
Don't think I just woke up one day and decided to go kill him. Honestly, when I found out he was here, my first thought was to run. But on my way out of here, I was nearly hit by an arrow.
The archer and the gambler?
Mm-hmm. I realized it was a sign. I couldn't run, so I started looking for ways to get rid of Burkhard.
What kind of ways?
I'm not sure I should even tell you.
Look at me. At everything I've done for you. Don't you think you can trust me?
Henry. My friend. All right, I won't beat around the bush. You know how I said I feel like someone keeps whispering in my ear. Burgard must die. He must die. I can't sleep, eat, or work because of it. So I've tried to get that murderer out of my head using some unchristian methods. That shrine and the egg, they weren't about my artistic experiments, but my desperation.
What were you doing at Veles's shrine?
When our Lord wouldn't help me, I tried praying to someone else.
What was the egg for? You're not hunting down a basilisk somewhere, are you?
No, definitely not. I really did use it for the paint. And also for a kind of prayer.
Holy Mary.
She wasn't the one I prayed to.
You've just been leading me on this whole time.
I can't deny it. But thanks to you, I've had some good days.
Well, that's nice for you.
I'm sorry. I know I used you. And I regret it.
You know what? Let's not talk about it anymore. So, you're just going to trade your brush for a sword and kill a wanted murderer, yeah?
What else can I do? I can't get him out of my head. And the law clearly doesn't care. So let God judge us. I'll challenge Burkhardt to a fair duel.
I don't mean to underestimate you, but there wouldn't be anything fair about that. Fine, but I still don't understand why this man weighs so heavily on your mind. How do you know him?
No, I can't tell you that.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry, Henry. I know I'm not giving you many answers, but believe me, I'm telling you everything I can.
You lied to me the whole time. You dodged all my questions. I'm not going to send you to your death. We'll have to come up with another way to deal with Burkhardt.
I don't see any other way. I've waited 35 years to see someone take down that bastard. And in the meantime, he's lived his whole life in freedom. Do you know how many lives he took from others?
I'll take care of him myself. After all, it wouldn't be the first time I've nudged justice along.
I can't ask that of you. I've already involved you more than is healthy for your immortal soul.
Don't worry. If I end up in hell, it certainly won't be because of your Burkhardt.
Henry, do you mean it?
If I challenge him to a duel, it'll still be fair, won't it?
I suppose so.
How will I know it's Burkhardt?
I'd say his sins will be written all over his face, but I'm not naive. He'll definitely have his helmet with a notch on the brim.
Who put the bounty on him?
If I remember correctly, it was the bailiff of Troskowitz, and that means something. I've heard Thrush isn't one to part with his money easily, but without proper proof, he won't give you the bounty.
A fella like that won't be alone, will he? Does he have a gang?
I'd bet my boots he does. At least half a dozen men. But since we're on the subject, I'd like to ask you for something. Burkhardt likes to recruit young lads with no sense of purpose in life. He promises them money, wenches, and respect. And they repay him with blind loyalty. Sometimes even with their lives. Feel free to rough them up a bit or kick their asses, but don't kill them. I know very well they're not evil, just lost souls. And I feel sorry for people like that.
How do you know so much about them?
Let's just say I've met a few of them before.
All right. I'll try not to hurt them. unless it's absolutely necessary. If you were preparing to face him, you must know where to find him, right?
Not exactly, unfortunately. They say he's hiding somewhere in Apollonia, and that was enough for me. I plan to find him by ear. A gang like that can be heard miles away.
So, now I know everything. And don't worry, it'll all turn out fine.
Are you sure I shouldn't handle this myself? Or at least go with you?
It'll be simpler this way. Trust me.
All right, then. And thank you, friend.
Can you paint a shield for me?
By all means. What shield is it to be? I'll set up my paints. Meanwhile, set your shield over there on the table. We'll get right to it.
My respects.
My respects. Thank you, sir. Come again.
Urquhart and his band should be skulking around here somewhere.
Bez zbraně se utkal s šelmou Burgard, stačilo se ohnat helmou Burgard.
Get out of here, or I'll make short work of you. Hey!
All right,
Everyone
I'm leaving.
get over here!
I'm leaving.
Get out of here, you hoppet, and hurry up! This grand, right now.
Bojí se ho ďábel sám. Burgard. Kdo má helmu zubatou. Burgard. Krví celou strakatou. Burgard. Bez zbraně se utkal šelmou. Burgard. Stačilo se vohnat helmou. Burgard. S kým i peklo přežijem. Burgard. A pak se s ním opijem. Burgard. Kdo je tady velký pán? Burgard. Bojí se ho ďábel sám. Burgard. Kdo má helmu zubatou? Burgard. Krví celou strakatou. Burgard. Bez zbraně se utkal s šelmou. Burgard. Stačilo se ohnat helmou. Burgard. S tím i peklo přežijem. Burgard. A pak se s ním opijem. Burgard.
Kdo je tady velký pán?
Burgard.
Bojí se ho ďábel sám.
Burgard.
Kdo má helmu zubatou?
Burgard.
Krví celou strakatou.
Burgard.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
I'm sorry.
You won't believe what I've brought you.
I wouldn't wonder. But go ahead. Try to surprise me.
I've got Burkhard's helmet.
You mean the one he used to... So you really killed him?
Of course. Didn't I promise you that?
Finally. After all these years. But...
But what?
I don't know. I suppose I thought I'd feel a lot more relieved. All those years of suffering, and what's at the end of it? Still the same emptiness. But don't let that trouble you. Tell me, what you did with Burkhard's gang.
I only killed Burkhard. I left the others alone. But whether any of them will change their ways, I can't say. Maybe I just made someone else's life harder in the future.
That's possible, I won't lie to you. But even so, I'm proud of you. I could paint that cursed helmet on your shield. What do you say?
Do whatever you think best. I'm just glad you didn't get yourself killed.
Just make sure you don't regret it later. But I truly appreciate everything you've done for me. I hope you know that. And before you go, I'll paint that helmet nicely for you. You'll be amazed.
Now, gratitude is a fine thing, but still. I saved you from wolves, looked for pagan shrines and basilisk eggs for you. Don't you think you owe me something?
If it's about coin...
To start with, a few clear answers would do. What's your real name? Voiter doesn't seem to suit you. And that Voitecus? I can never remember it.
See? And both are true. One in Czech and the other in Latin. But I've had many names in my life. Some completely ordinary. Others so grand they'd leave you breathless. But just call me Voiter. And don't trouble yourself with the rest. Oh, would it change anything between us if I told you I'm now Wizard Zito or John Barleycorn?
Where did you get that skull of yours?
What kind of question is that? Where did you get yours?
What? Well, obviously, it's mine. I've had it since I was born.
See? And it's the same with me. Maybe I didn't have it in the cradle, but it's always been here, waiting for me. Somewhere.
What really happened between you and those two who tied you to that tree?
You just have to keep reminding me of that, don't you?
Don't laugh. I mean it. You say they cheated you at dice, and they say you foretold their deaths with that skull of yours. I'd rather believe you, but I'm not entirely sure.
Neither am I. Of anything, anyone, or ever. But we know each other well enough, don't we? Have I ever foretold anything for you? Or cursed you?
No.
Then stop asking me about those two, or I'll do it.
How did you really find out about Velis's shrine? Even the locals have almost forgotten it.
You'd be surprised at all the things I know, and all the things you could know, if you stopped now and then to think.
What really happened between you and Burkhard? You said you knew him. How?
Henry, please, don't ask me about him. I'll gladly talk with you about anything else, but I want to put him out of my head for good. Out of both of them.
Well, thanks a lot for your answer.
Are you angry with me? I swear I haven't lied to you.
Only because you didn't tell me anything worthwhile. You're quick to change your tune, aren't you?
It's just... everything is more complicated than it seems. But you're right. You deserve an answer. Except, between these walls, it's hard for me to open up. I need to be on solid ground, at home, to speak more freely. My work here in the Trotsky region is finally done, but I'll stay a little while longer. I'd like to get to know the place better, and with a bit of luck, I won't end up tied to a tree this time. But I'll head home soon, to Kutenberg. You know what? Stop by and see me there sometime. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
What if I want my shield painted again? Where can I find you?
Like I said, I'll be staying here for a little while. But if we meet in Kutenberg, I'd be happy to paint something for you there too.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven.
All right then. I'll meet you in Kutenberg.
I can't wait, my friend.
As it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses.
Can you paint a shield?
By all means. Let's get to it.
From evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Amen.
Best to hang it on a wall. It'd be a shame to get it battered.
I'm sorry.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Some vagabond.
God rest his soul.
God bless. Greetings to you as well.
Greetings, sir.
God bless you, sir.
I need to get to the Kuttenberg region.
Then get ready to spend a few days in the carriage, mate. 'Cause of those bloody bandits, we got to take all sorts of detours and stay off the main roads. But if you got the time and the coin...
Here you go.
All right, give me a mo. I'll get the carriage and horses ready. Good. All done. The carriage is ready.
Let's get going.